It's Monday, batch day, best day of the week, and I've just made some salmon and spinach crustless quiches and a cheese, bacon and potato crustless quiche. Do you want me to show you how I made them? They're absolutely stunning. I'm going to show you anyway. Right, normally I make them in the normal baking trays, the metal baking trays, but I'm taking these down to the van. So I bought these trays from Tesco's, with foil dishes and lids. So they're really clever when you open them. They've got these little lids that you can put on the top, which would be brilliant for me to transport down to the van. So they're really good. Right, the first one I'm going to make is the spinach, tomato and salmon. And I decided I can put a bit of red onion in it as well. Right, let me get my ingredients and we'll kick this off. I've got 12 eggs. I'm going to add 2 300-gram pots of cottage cheese. Now, a lot of you have been saying that you don't like the look of cottage cheese. Well, neither do I. I now do use them to make like cottage cheese wraps, but I've got to blend it. I still can't get over the lumps in it. It actually turns my stomach, but I do really like the taste. It's just salty. So I'm probably going to wrap it on aimlessly now so I don't have to look at these lumps coming out of the pot. Oh my days. But like I said, I am going to blend it. So there's one. So these are just ones that I buy from Lidl for the Simply range. Right, I'm just going to blend it up off camera because you know how I worry about making a mess. And I'll get back to you in a minute. So that's all blended up, not a lump in sight. So let's look at the other ingredients. So I've got some spinach, some tomato, some red onion, which I decided today I was going to use, and some salmon. The salmon that I use is just from the Lighthouse Bay range in Lidl, smoked salmon slices, and I've just chopped it up. Right, let's get my foil trays. So there's my trays with my bit of greaseproof paper in the bottom. And I'm going to put in, I love spinach. If you wanted to, you could wilt the spinach first. I tend to not. And if there's anybody there saying, oh, look at all those stalks. Well, as I say, every time I use spinach, we are in a cost of living crisis. And if I'm paying for the stalks, I'm bleeding eating them. So I like to put loads and loads of spinach in. I'm going to put in my red onion. I like to do it raw. You can fry it first if you like. I just like the crunchiness. And I'm going to put in loads. If you make crustless quiche, I say this every time I make something on batch day. Because sometimes I think, oh, am I going to run out of ideas? But if there's anything that you do that you want to share with me, drop it in the comments. I love to read them. Right, then I'm going to put in the salmon. So I'm using a whole pack of the salmon that I just showed you. Let's have a little bit more spinach and a bit more red onion. And then I'm just going to pour in the mixture. Like I said, you know, once they're cooked, I will put the lids on once they're cooled. And then I'll just take them down the van with me. Right, some tomato. Like nice big chunky tomatoes I like. So I've already preheated the oven on 200. I don't know why I do it on 200, I just always do. So I'm going to whack those in the oven, and then I'm going to make a cheese, potato and bacon one. I can't wait. Let me get them in the oven. Okay, so I've just popped those in the oven. And if you saw my meal plan that I shared on Thursday, you will know, or may know, that the other quiche that I was going to do, the other crustless quiche that I was going to do was going to be a cheese and onion one. I am going to add a couple of extra things in it today though, because if you've seen my videos before, I will tell you that we got a strict no waste policy in this house, and I had some bacon left over. And these are just tinned potatoes from Lidl, and I've just sliced them up. So I'm going to chuck that in as well. I'm also going to use 80 grams of cheese. I've got white onion. This is the cheese that I use. It's ready grated and it's 50% less fat. So let's get it sorted. Again, I like to put my onion in raw. You can lightly fry them first if you like. So I'm going to put that in. And then the next thing I'm going to do is put in some potato. You don't have to put in potato. And the same with the onion. You can fry them first if you want to. I just can't be bothered. So I'm going to chuck all that in. I'm going to add some of the bacon. And the rest of the potato. Like that. I could just eat it like that. And then I'm going to put in the rest of the mixture from earlier. Now, you can, if you want to, add your grated cheese to the mixture. But I tend to find that if I add the grated cheese into the mixture, it kind of gets lost in there. Whereas if I put it on the top, I'll put the rest of my bacon on the top actually. Whereas if I put the cheese on the top, it browns and it gives that nice grilled cheese flavour. So I'm going to burn this in the oven now with his brother and sister. And when it's done, I'll show you what they look like. They turned out even better than I thought they would. Do you want to see them? I'm going to show you anyway. Look at these. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. I might eat one of these in a minute. Look at that. So they were in for about 40 minutes. And they're absolutely perfect. So these are the salmon ones. Salmon and spinach. And this is the cheese, bacon and potato. Hang on, I'm going to cut a bit off so you can see what it's like inside. So literally all I've done is put my hot salmon quiche on top of a bed of green leaves. I've got spinach and rocket in there, some cucumber, some tinned potatoes that I had left over from earlier, which I've just whacked in the mayonnaise, whacked in the microwave, and some mayonnaise. Catch you later. Mind your business.